In today's video, I want to jump on a project that I probably should have done a long time ago, and if I pull it off the way I envision it, it has the potential to be a game changer for my small garage workshop in terms of project planning and preparation. Often when I'm working on a project, whether I am building one or planning one, somewhere off in the back of my workshop I need to find a flat surface or a makeshift workbench or work table for, let's call it, reference items. Items like a plan that I'm following, or maybe an instruction manual, a place where I am taking notes or researching hardware, or inspecting small sub-assemblies or parts, or maybe just a place to place down tools and equipment that is relevant to the project I'm working on. Because this happens pretty much wherever I find an available space in my workshop, it often involves a lot of moving things around and head scratching during those "where's that item that I just had in my hand" moments. So in today's video, I want to build a dedicated work surface for these activities in the form of a shop cart or a mini work table. But as always, I want to add maximum functionality and storage. I want to add an extendable top so that the unit would have a compact footprint but be able to expand its effective or usable work surface. I want organized storage for things like nuts and bolts and small hardware. I want a dedicated tool and equipment storage drawer with a modular system that can adapt to whatever is being stored. And then finally, I want custom storage boxes that will add to the unit in the form of removable drawers. I'm going to get started with the basic framework of this project, which is nothing super complicated, so I'm going to try and rush through it. It is mostly a series of boxes in different orientations which will accommodate or house the various drawers or storage systems that I'm going to add to this mini workbench or shop cart. Now, as always, I will be posting plans to this project to my plans website, so for anybody that wants to support the channel, I will put the link in the description of this video. Some of you guys are probably wondering why I'm changing the orientation of some of these boxes, or why do I want these drawers to move in different directions. But as I start assembling these drawers and adding them to the unit, I will explain my approach or why I'm doing what I'm doing, and it will hopefully make more sense. Okay, so this is pretty much it for the basic framework. Nothing super complicated, so I kind of rushed through it. And as I said, the orientation of the drawers might be a little bit confusing, but it will start making sense in a moment. The first addition I'm going to jump on is the extendable top. The concept itself is fairly straightforward. Because this unit has a very small footprint, because I'm very limited on space in my single garage workshop, I want to add an additional top that can slide out the way using heavy duty runners. So let's say I have my laptop computer and a notepad and I'm planning and taking notes, but I want to inspect a small sub-assembly. I'm able to slide this top out of the way, revealing the second top underneath and giving me an additional work surface. Right, so after the extendable top, I want to work on the dedicated tool storage drawer for things like my vernier caliper, various measuring equipment, pencils, things like that. Things I use generally during my planning and building process. But into this drawer, I want to add a modular drawer storage system that I've been working on. It's not exactly perfected yet, but I think this is a great opportunity to test it out. Okay, so the next addition is going to be my bolt and nut and small part storage. Two small drawers on each side that pull out towards the side. Now some of you guys are probably wondering why I put it on the side and not just on the front. Well, I want the drawer to be able to pull open and stay open as I need to pick parts out of it. So let's say I need 10 bolts. I don't have to, dig out 10 bolts. I can pull the drawer open and leave it open and take the bolts out as I need it. And the fact that the drawer is on the side means it can stay open and not obstruct me when I'm standing in front of the trolley, if that makes sense. Okay, so the fourth and final storage and functionality component of my mini work table or shop cart is going to be removable storage drawers. Now for now I have assembled these very basic plywood drawers and they are going to slide into the cart using a very basic rail system. For now, these are just going to function as, well, drawers, and I'll have stuff inside it and it would be able to remove from the unit. But the idea is, in the long term, to be able to replace each one of the drawers with a type of tailored storage box for whatever is being stored inside of it. It will have a lid and a handle, and it would pretty much function as a storage system on its own. It will be able to completely remove from this trolley and be used on the go when I have to use it wherever else I need to use it. And when I'm back at my shop and it's not being used, it would pretty much just slide back in place and form part of the entire cart. Or at least that's the idea. Okay, so as I've already mentioned, for now these are going to function as removable drawers, but eventually I'm going to replace all of them with custom storage units that will be tailored to whatever is being stored. And the idea is that it can slot out of this unit and be used on the go. And when I'm back in the workshop, I can simply slot it back into place and it will form part of the completed cart and look pretty much exactly the same as it does now. Okay, so this is now my side drawer for small parts, nuts and bolts, storage and organization. And I went with a custom insert. I could have used a same technique or the same technique I used when I made my son's toy car display case, but instead I made these because I think they look quite nice and I have the facilities to make them. Okay, so next up is my modular tool storage drawer with 3D printed inserts. Now, before I go on, I know there are many existing options out there of modular drawer insert systems that I could have incorporated into my design, but I do like the challenge of designing from scratch and, making a project my own. So that's what I decided to do. Now I am using a lot of 3D printed components for the storage containers and the hardware organizers and stuff like that because I decided to design my own for this project instead of designing the cart around hardware organizers that I can buy at my local hardware store. And because I know the question is going to come up, I recently switched to the PRUSA Core One. I have noticed a big improvement in the quality of my prints, which, more importantly for me, has greatly increased my confidence when designing because the printer kind of picks up the slack. So if you want to know more about this printer, I will link it down below if you want to check out pricing and specs. Now, keep in mind, this is still version 1 of the idea or the concept, but the idea is to create a type of a slot or rail system inside the drawer that would accept many different types of storage containers. So that's pretty much the idea, a small, compact or small footprint shop cart that can act as a mobile work table or work surface for project planning and research and preparation, for reference items. I also added some tools here that I generally use during this process. The nuts and bolts and small parts storage is not 100% relative to what I was trying to achieve with this trolley or with this concept, but I think it's a nice touch and it further increases the functionality of the unit. And then finally, because I don't want to waste any space, I added these drawers at the bottom. Now, as I said, these are currently just placeholders. Eventually, each one of them will be replaced with a custom tool holder or tool storage box. Now, I'm not planning on making a video on that, but if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comment section down below and I will work it in some way. And then finally, one of my favorite features is the extendable top. The idea was to sacrifice as little space as possible, but solve all the mentioned problems and also load the unit with functionality. The extendable top is one of the features that loads the unit with functionality while sacrificing as little space as possible. Now, like with many things, I can possibly improve on the design in many ways. I could potentially add some handles to make it easier to move around, or maybe a lock to keep the extendable top closed or open so it doesn't move too freely. Or if there's anything else you can think of, let me know. Maybe I can make it even better. But for now, it does exactly what I designed it to do, and I'm quite pleased with the results. As I said, I'm pleased with the results. I think the trolley is going to do exactly what it was designed to do, to give me a workspace completely independent of whatever else is going on in this workshop, almost like a workshop office. Something else I really like about this design is its adaptability. It doesn't have to be a shop cart. It can be an arts and crafts cart or a model building cart where I have my reference item like my plan or instructions on the extendable top and work on the secondary top. And then I have these drawers for tools and bits and pieces that I may need. And that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything you want to add, please drop it in the comment section down below. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, if you aren't subscribed yet and you want to see more videos like this, you should do that now so you don't miss out. As I said, the plans for this project will be on my plans website. So if you want to support the channel, you can check out the link in the description of this video. But for now, as always, thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Cheers.